Man, I was out here just playing the WX beta, and then, bam! New game announcement by Klei. New game, don't starve elsewhere. Dropped my comment already. Make sure to go comment, give it a like. And now, I reacted to this live on stream, but what I'm going to do now is we took notes of what we saw gameplay and lore-wise, took some notes, and now we're going to break it down roughly. This video is going to be poo-poo garbage. We're just going to basically react to the trailer and go over the 65 lines of notes that I took. All right, well, shut. You make too much noise. Be quiet. So again, we don't know if this is one whole constant or if these are islands. But there's ocean, but we haven't been shown ships yet, but we have been shown swimming and wading through shallow water. Anyway, let's keep going. This is clearly this is the spawn portal. It doesn't really reminisce of Shadow or anything. It doesn't look like Shadow, but you get summoned by a bolt of lightning. But then in-game, you can see there's a shadow flame. Also, by the way, default butterflies, haha, and crows. Which means, either one, this world was exposed to the real world, because that's where crows came from, or this world was exposed to the continent where crows got in. Someone in my Twitch chat had the idea that this world was between the Gorge and Don't Starve Together. And as you'll see, this theme, this world's theme is very much the Gorge. Like, it very much is reminiscent of the Gorge. Anyway, let's go on a little bit longer. So just pausing here, you can see so much. One, we've got like a ruined biome over here, maybe swamp. Swamp, you've got things sticking out, like you've got arms sticking out the swamp there. That it will come to light later. You've got the shadow fire in the portal there. That makes it seem that this is in fact controlled by the shadows because it's a black shadow flame. Then you've got cave system and multiple layers. They are using the y-axis, baby. So you've got a cave system. So you go in this cave. Maybe there's layers inside that cave. And you can come out here. You can drop down layers. See, this layer, that's a layer, that's a layer, and then you can go into the water. Maybe if it is islands, maybe the cave system connects the islands, or it's one big landmass and there's just a cave network throughout. And you can clearly see this is the landing spot where survivors have been landing because it's like kind of human shaped. Otherwise, this might still be shadow controlled. Let's keep going. To go back a bit, yeah, not a big deal, but you know, that's clearly a tall bird-like egg. But anyway, bam. From this, you could tell there's full damage. Wilson took full damage. So the environment and the mobs very much take advantage of the y-axis, pushing you off cliffs and such. And Wendy very elegantly floated down with the pretty parasol. Now, in this frame, you can also see rats. This might be a berry bush. Otherwise, it might just be foliage and a cave system as well. Also, if I go back a bit, I forgot one of the points. Here, there's a waterfall. They do show people wading through water, so I imagine you could probably get swept up in waterfalls as well. So we know we can traverse the y-axis, safely because of Wendy's gliding down. Anyway, let's keep going. So, if you've played... Oh, we skipped to the next bit. If you've played Hamlet, you'll know that this barrel it looks similar to a cork barrel, except it's made of like wood, not cork. And there was a rat raiding it, which is interesting because in Hamlet, the cork barrels can't be raided by like the NPCs in the world. But yeah, rats raided their cork barrel. Maybe this one isn't immune to rats, but maybe there is storage that is immune to rats. Let's keep going. So, if you've played Rotwood, this thing looks very similar to the boss from Rotwood. But you can see it's come down and grabbed the rat. Wilson is mad, so maybe Wilson was trying to get it. But yeah, otherwise I don't think this thing is hostile. And if you keep watching, there we go. It swallowed the rat, and you can see there's another one in the sky. So there's a shadow here. That means that these things are in the sky and then pounce down on top of you. Again, not attacking Wilson, but it probably can fight it. Now, there's more things in this screenshot right here. I mean, in this freeze frame. Flower, probably. Cork barrel-like thing. Fireplace from Don't Starve Together. You are going to see loads of similarities. So you still got science fiction, still got a fireplace. Looks like there's a well over there, and crops. And there is no wormwood to be seen, but these crops are planted directly into the soil. So, like, maybe that's a default ability to simplify things. You just plant crops in the soil. Then in the background, there's Wendy wading through about waist deep or knee-height deep. Some water, like a little pond. That's presumably weeds and also default butterflies. And then there's this might be a churner to make compost, not sure. Now here's an interesting scene. They're clearly at night and they're in a different biome. This looks like a partial ruins biome. Bam. So these are like broken dolls, and it started with its hand poked out the soil. And if you recall, back here, you can see over here, there's hands poking out the soil. So that might be this biome. This cinematic, it might be this biome. And it looks like they maybe attack at night in this biome only. Maybe that would make sense. I don't know. But as you can see, it very much looks gothic, like very much took inspiration from the Gorge. So what I'm expecting from this is we're going to have Forge combat with Gorge aesthetics, because both of those game modes are very popular. If you want to know what those are, look them up, because I don't have time to go over them. They were just limited time events from Don't Starve Together. Now, these otherwise look like broken dolls, so we'll keep that in mind. Broken dolls. Okay, so there's a few big things here as well. You've got a spring-loaded flower, so you have some environments that can do things for you. And then next thing, bird. I think the ducks in this world are just the birds of the world, plus crows. There are more crops. A crock pot that looks very deep crock pot. You can kind of see in the river there, that's a gold nugget, that's a twig, I think, and those are rocks. So you can lose items in the river. This assumes that this means that you could probably, go into the actual river itself, and there's seeds there as well. So you can probably actually go into the river. And you can see that squirrel just got attacked by a spider and just got webbed up. Oh, it just went away. It got webbed up like that. So spiders are still hostile. Squirrels probably live in trees and are friendly. But yeah, they get attacked. Is that Chester down there? There's like a chest down there, not sure. Oh, that's a chest? Don't know what that is. Anyway, crockpots are extra thick. We're real deep. But otherwise, these are very much new vegetables or fruits that we haven't seen before that you can farm. Onwards, here you can see we have a beach-like biome. Wilson's digging up shells, and there it is. Willow is swimming. See that? Willow is swimming. There you go. And you've got creatures in the ocean. You can see it gets progressively deeper. This is a rock lobster-like creature WX is fighting, and there is a wrecked ship. Now, we don't know if we can actually make anything similar to that, but it's like shipwrecked. There's like shipwrecks all over the place. And now we have Wendy, and she's going into a redwood forest. And you can tell, see these things, they're like transforming into what they really are. So this is the fog, and in the description of the game, it alludes to the fact that the fog is kind of the main threat. Like, if you're brave enough to go into the fog, and the fog seems to just move around the map, or perhaps it takes over the map, and it might make stuff more dangerous, enhance stuff, or in this case, it disguised plants into thinking they were friendly, but they were not. And either as Wendy got closer, she saw that they weren't friendly, or the torch burnt away the illusion. And here you can see Mr. Skits, but he's white rather than a shadow creature. He's a white creature, which is like a thing. You can have like whites, they're like zombie-like things. Of course, it goes without saying, this is a whole new game, so we're gonna have all new mobs, all new biomes, and this seems to be a redwood-like biome. And now we've got a first look inside the caves. Now, a lot of these mushrooms are probably just reskinned blue, green, and red mushrooms. This might be a gold rock, not sure. You can see these are the new bats. They look like the bats from like Hamlet. Got the light bulbs, and you have butterflies in the caves. These are butterflies. See? They are fluttering. And there's also water in the caves, like right here. Hedgehog hogs, probably. There's not much to decode here other than a rat over here is harvesting a mushroom, so rats might harvest things as well. Then hedgehog hogs are just enemies to fight. And there's not a whole lot more here other than more reeds, and you can see that this is clearly deeper water, this is shallow water, this is wading water, this is swimming water. And you can see the different attack animations with different weapons. Maybe those are just animations, but maybe each weapon has a special effect, just like the Forge. And finally, this is a cave boss, it would seem, because it's a big bat, but we'll get onto this a bit more later. But for now, obviously, big bad boss. And also, Abigail's alive. And also in this scene, you've got bonefish over here in the water, so you could probably do fishing. I don't know if you could swim there, maybe spearfish, I don't know about that. Ah, very big thing here with fire, okay? Let me just go back a bit. Watch this tree right here, watch this tree. See that? It spat out like an ember. We're gonna do it again. See that? So now when you set things on fire, it spits out embers, and that embers can cause fire. Also, new pineapple plant. So something I missed in the caves is... And it stands upright. So that is now a default ability, it seems, because that used to be a Wilson-only ability from his skill tree. If I go back a little bit more, you can see Willow just fished down there. As you can see here, when they're fighting the hedgehog hogs, WX is wearing like a plague mask. So there might be like diseases in this game because WX is wearing a plague mask. Also, this might be a new kind of mushroom. It's like a purple mushroom, which I'm not sure we have. So that might be a new mushroom. Now here, this is quite interesting. So this is where someone's a theory in my Twitch chat I thought about quite a bit. They're thinking that this world, this is Wagstaff's world. Why? Because they're robo bunnies. You've got robot bunny men with robot slaves. These things are moving. They look like cages. And it's clearly in the caves with a broken ladder, so maybe they were failed experiments and left to rot in the caves. And now here's really interesting. This is where it's like, yeah, this is very clearly the gorge or the gorge-like world. You've got goats that are saying get away. They're saying you'll ruin my fire away with you. It's like they're protecting the fire for someone else, which, if you don't know, in the Gorge game mode, you have to help a bunch of goats that are turning into merms, or at least one of them is. And you're helping them cook for the worm in the sky, I forgot what it's called, the Gnaw, and otherwise it like kills you and turns you into a merm. So this might be very much the Gorge universe. But otherwise, this looks like a city ruins. See, that's a lamp post. Very much looks like the Gorge universe. This is a lure plant boss in the redwood forest. There's also fog around. We're not sure if the fog stays in the redwood forest, or if it goes around and the redwood forest is just a dangerous biome. But there you go, lure plant boss. With slightly different looking lure plant eyes. Now, here's where things get really interesting. I paused at a good time. Look at that house. This is straight out of Hamlet. This place is not a ruin. This looks like a Victorian Gothic town or city, and it is well kept. This is active. People are here, or something is here, because this is not a ruin. So I think where the dolls were, that's the outskirts of the city, where it's like it's still ruins. But this is very much not ruins. This is well kept. This is like maybe a castle or just a big building, but that is straight out of Hamlet. So this is like a Hamlet-like town, but it's Gothic, as in the Gorge universe, you know what I'm saying? Or the Gorge world. Maybe they serve some kind of vampiric overlord, because then you've got stone gargoyles over here as well. So I think, yeah, something is maintaining this town or city, and this is where the big bad boss is. And then, we'll see later. Let's just go back a bit on this before they jump off the cliff. Look at that. These houses are straight out of Hamlet. Like, this is just Hamlet. So I think, like Hamlet, you have the wilds, and then you'll have at least one biome of actual civilization where it isn't just wild and ruin. So I think that's cool. Also, WX's skin here has a keyhole that probably has no lore implications, except you can turn them on. Sorry. This probably has no lore implication. It's probably just a skin, probably. So I'm not going to dive into it. And there it is. Then you've got the castle and the big bad bat coming out of the caves and going on it. This makes me think that this is maybe a bodyguard of whoever's living in the castle. Like, there might be a big bad boss in the castle. But a big bad bat boss that you have to kill, probably. But that seemingly is the poster child boss. Don't know if it'll actually be one, because, it's in the caves, pretty easily accessible. But otherwise, big castle, and it's called Don't Starve Elsewhere. But that's not all. You remember I was talking about dolls? So, what's interesting here, what I see is the end cards have kind of ruined it, but this very much looks like a nightmare-like style pillars, both of these pillars, right? Then hear me out, right? But in the Don't Starve play, in Don't Starve Together, Charlie is represented by a broken doll. Like, she's a doll, but I think she breaks by the end. This is a broken doll. So I think this is a proxy for the Nightmare Throne, this chair, and the doll is a proxy for Charlie. I don't know what implications that gives us, but I think that might be it. You've got nightmare-looking pillars, but with a Gothic twist, and then a proxy for the Nightmare Throne, and a proxy for Charlie being the broken doll, which breaks, because Charlie is represented by a broken doll in the Don't Starve Together play, in the actual gameplay. Like the gameplay play inside Don't Starve Together. I just noticed something. Oh my goodness, wait, what? Okay, I didn't see this on stream. That's so subtle. Watch this back. Watch the doll really closely. It's glitching. See that? It's glitching. Is this a hologram? Is this really Wagstaff's world? That doll is totally a hologram. Look at it. It's like very subtle, but it's like not the chair, just the doll. That was intentional. It's so subtle. That's being projected into this universe. A proxy for Charlie. Is Wagstaff putting a proxy of Charlie into this other world? I literally only just noticed that. That's pretty cool. Wait, what? Hold on, let me look at this. Let me just watch the whole thing again. Here we go. Watch the doll. Even now it looks like it's even a hologram from the start. Nothing else has that kind of strobe effect. It's just the doll, not the chair. Everything else is static. Interesting. So Charlie's proxy is being projected into this universe. And then a dumb AOT video. Amazing. Oops. Oh, your own video. You love to see it. Anyway, that's Don't Starve Elsewhere. Brand new. If you weren't watching, there was an announcement for like 40 different games, and Klei's game, Don't Starve Elsewhere, was right at the end. They're like, before you go, and then they played the 90-second trailer. Really cool, very excited. Some people in my Twitch chat got sad though, because they're like, wait, what if this is like the new Don't Starve Together? So they're just gonna abandon Don't Starve Together, and it will all be Don't Starve Elsewhere. Listen, they didn't give us a release date, and so it will probably be, I would guess, end of 2026 if we're lucky, but probably 2027. So Don't Starve Together's still got a long way to go. Well, at least a year. And even then, I think they'll keep the updates coming out. They're not going to just, like, kill Don't Starve Together. It makes way too much money. Anyway, so yeah, that was all. That was the breakdown, if you can call it a breakdown. But, yes, are you excited? If you noticed anything, let me know in the comments. And if you know what, if you've pieced something out better than I have, then let me know in the comments. I've literally just, like, watched it a few times and noted down what I've noticed, gameplay and lore-wise. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to playing my Mega Base World, which you can watch live on Twitch if you'd like. Okay, I'm going now. Goodbye.